Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, my name is Demigod, Shmurda here, and welcome back to another video, and welcome back to another episode of Arrowverse Analysis. You'll have to forgive me for the gross depression beard, guys. I did no shave November this year. Arrow has been building up to this finale for 8 months and 22 episodes, and this episode, entitled Sacrifice, was the culmination of all of that hard work. I'll just get down to it. This episode is great. It's smooth, well told, there's tons of great moments that get paid off, and plenty of iconic and cathartic moments as well. It's easy to see how Arrow got people as invested as they were, and why the series was, and still is to some people, the greatest superhero series ever made. And if there was an episode that really exemplified that more than this, it would probably be The Odyssey. But if there was a finale that exemplified that more than this, I haven't seen it. We haven't gotten to the Season 5 finale yet, but as far as I see it, that episode isn't going to be nearly as good as everyone says it is, and as far back as I can remember, I've always preferred this one. If this is your first episode and you're wondering how my rating system works, there's a detailed description down below along with a link to all my other episodes of this series, but I encourage you to watch this one first. I'm sure you'll still enjoy it. I do apologize for there being such a big wait for this episode. Warner Brothers kept claiming the last episode, and that one was already a lot later than I wanted, so I didn't get to recording this one right away. Then I came down with a cold for a solid week that my throat still hasn't fully recovered from, as evidenced by the fact that I still can't reach the upper regions of my voice. Then Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out, so I took a week off just to play that, and I still haven't completed it because I just get lost doing nothing in games very easily. But I am done putting this video off. Let's return to the over-analysis. On May 15th, 2013, David Barrett returns for the final time to direct Arrow's Season 1 finale, Sacrifice. As Malcolm prepares for the undertaking, Oliver tries to convince his mother to do the right thing. Meanwhile, Tommy finds out the truth about his father, while Laurel puts herself in harm's way while disobeying hers. Started this season with the Star Labs hoodie, it's gonna end with the Star Labs hoodie.
At least I can properly thank you now for saving my life.
You murdered my father. You sentenced me to that island, to 5 years of hell.
I am truly sorry for what happened to you. You know I have lost people.
Do you really think that you're honoring Tommy's mother by destroying the Glades?
If you look very closely right there, you can still see the tattoos are on him. And this scar too, the most prominent one.
As surely as you believe you're honoring your father with this hood, not a day goes by I don't miss your father.
You'll see him soon.
You can't beat me, Oliver, because you don't know in your heart what you're fighting for, what you're willing to sacrifice, and I do.
Such an iconic scene, dude. Oh, damn! We started this season with a neck snap, I guess it's gotta end with one too. God, I wish that I had that much upper body strength. Oh! I just said about the neck snap. Oh, there's another one. How?
I take back every joke I've made about you sticking a tracking device in your boot.
Sure. The headphones came off.
Did you find anything?
Yeah, the design schematics of the earthquake generator, so we can shut it down.
The smoke. Where are you off to in such a hurry?
Is it the next day?
I had my tech guy scrub through your computer at Queen Consolidated. You used it to hack into Black Hawk Squad security, to research Arrow shipped to a company called Sagittarius, and to analyze a water sample to tie back to a Vertigo drug lab. These are all cases involving the hood.
Hello, detective.
It's funny you should call. I got your trusty sidekick sitting right in front of me.
Malcolm Merlin plans to level the Glades with a man-made earthquake.
Using technology from Unideck Industries.
I don't know what Merlin's timetable is, so you need to evacuate the Glades immediately. Whatever you think of me, believe this.
I used to think the vigilante was a criminal too, but whoever he is, he's willing to sacrifice an awful lot to help the people of the city.
They're gonna use that word a lot this episode, aren't they? Sacrifice.
I went to Laurel's to fight for her. So imagine my surprise seeing you there, kissing her. Something's happening, and it involves your father.
Keep my
Our fathers. They made a plan together to destroy the Glades. Your father's gonna do it because he thinks it will avenge your mother's death. I wish you would have died on that island.
Something I forgot to mention last week, or the last episode rather, because it definitely wasn't last week, was how the season started off with her kind of being angry at him, and it ends with her defending him and saying that he's been through basically hell. I don't remember if Thea said, "I wish you would have died on that island" in the first episode of the season. Oh, it was Laurel, wasn't it? Because Laurel was the one that Oliver was distant with, and now it's Tommy is the one who Oliver's distant with, whereas Tommy was the one he was close to at the beginning. I don't think catharsis is the right word, but whatever that is. I got some full circle shit, and I like that. Oh yeah, that missile is gone from this shot, and there's still like some, not smoke, but I love the attention to detail.
We need to reprogram the missile.
I don't know how to reprogram the missile launcher.
Oliver, put the chip in.
I don't think that's how missile launchers work, but I also don't know. Oh, that was it. Oh, that's a nice explosion. Oh.
I got it on a good authority that Malcolm Merlin is planning on leveling the Glades using some kind of earthquake device made by Unidac Industries.
Who's your source in all this?
The vigilante.
You asked for the task force to catch him. You swore to me you'd bring him in.
I know. I'm throwing away my career by telling you this, but I am willing to sacrifice catching this guy if it means saving people's lives.
You're suspended.
I like that they actually have the background people giving reactions. I didn't think that, you know, most shows don't do that detail.
What about all those people in the Glades?
I'm not their mother.
After the gambit went down, Dad and I both made it to the life raft. In the end, there wasn't enough food and water for both of us. He sacrificed himself. So that I could live. Do you really think that I could go on living knowing that you sacrificed thousands more in my name?
The undertaking is happening tonight.
Hi.
Laurel, now is not the time. Fuck off.
He said you wanted to nuke the Glades or something.
It's the reason I closed your mother's clinic. I didn't want to see it leveled.
Even bringing that back around, I didn't think that was gonna come back.
I have something I'd like you to listen to.
Oh no, do not make him!
I woke to a voicemail from her.
That's a slight retcon.
Your mother built her clinic in the Glades because she wanted to save this city. The people there don't want it to be saved.
So you killed them all?
Yes! They deserve to die! All of them! The way she died!
God, that's such an iconic line!
This is a U.S. geological survey of the tectonic plates running underneath Starling City. This red line here is a known fault that runs right below the Glades.
For about a mile, the fault runs underneath the old 10th Street subway line.
Dollars to donuts, the seismic device is somewhere along there.
I know where it is.
My name is Moira Dearden Queen. I am the acting CEO of Queen Consolidated, and God forgive me if I failed this city. I have been complicit in an undertaking with one horrible purpose: to destroy the Glades and everyone in it. The architect of this nightmare is Malcolm Merlin, and I have proof that he has killed dozens in pursuit of this madness. Adam Hunt, Frank Chen, and my husband.
I mean, technically, yeah, you can count Frank.
I'm sorry. I love you.
I love Roy.
Roy?
He lives in the Glades.
Go!
Did you kill all those people?
I did what I had to do.
Yeah. Malcolm's fucking evil, and here's his theme, dude. Da, 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 da.
Malcolm Merlin, you are under arrest. Don't move!
Oh, you guys are dumb. You let him get his sword.
Stay back.
I said stay the hell back. I think this is supposed to be Yao Fei's bow or Shadow's bow.
The device can be set for a timed detonation or can be remote activated by a mobile transmitter.
Something Merlin could have on it. He's beaten me twice.
Well, how about this time you bring along something you didn't have the last time you two fought? Me.
I can't let you.
And I can't let you do this by yourself, man.
On this handshake moment that's reminiscent of the one
deactivated the device, who will?
I know where Merlin is keeping the device.
It's in an abandoned subway station near
Pap Street. That's where his wife was murdered.
I need someone I can trust to deactivate the device.
We have a mutual friend that I think could talk you through it.
I appreciate the sentiment of trying to get every character involved in this finale somehow, but Felicity can just go and disarm it. Yeah, I understand why Oliver wants her out of there, but Felicity can just go disarm it, and then we don't have to endanger Quentin. I mean, it doesn't end up mattering all that much, because, you know, neither Quentin nor Felicity dies, but still. Came back and shot up with arrows after stabbing him, goddamn. Oh, is that his trunk? Yeah. Yep, it's Yao Fei's trunk, and that's his bow.
Well, I should have figured you couldn't save the day without making a mess.
Where's Shadow?
I thought she was with you.
Actually, she's with me.
Let her go.
I can call in a rescue ship. You can go home. Tell me, Mr. Queen, are you prepared to sacrifice your freedom?
6? 5 or 6, I think we're on. Yeah, they're saying sacrifice more in this episode than... Oh, God! Oh, he went for the throat! Oh, shit! Okay. They've said... Now to finish my statement... They've said sacrifice more in this episode, almost more than the Flash has said level up during the entirety of Season 8. God damn! I was not prepared for that!
Where's your father? Are you gonna kill him? Get to safety.
Looks like a false wall.
Oh, he's just chilling! Whoa!
Welcome, gentlemen.
Where's the transmitter?
Somewhere I can easily get to it.
Stairs, Oliver, go! Go!
Now he's got his mask.
Tell me, are you ready to die?
Do you see a timer?
7 minutes.
Back off!
Learn how to count, jerk, while there's 3 of us.
Because I only count 1.
With a gun.
Where'd you learn how to do that?
I guess I have wicked aim.
Did you come here to rescue me?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say kiss him and then move your ass, but... Oh! The sweeping camera motions. Oh, he did the thing again. Oh, but this time Oliver knew that! He knows your trick, bitch!
3 wires. Cut the blue one.
Alright, I got it. Holy God.
There must be some sort of anti-tamper safeguard.
Ah, this is why they need Felicity to have the computer.
Dad, don't worry. I got your message, and I did not come into work today.
Save it, kiddo. We both know you're there. But listen, you gotta get out the clays, and you gotta get out the clays right now. I'm not gonna make it. You have to promise me one thing, though. You're not gonna die along with me. After your sister died, I pushed people away. I became like a ghost, and I didn't think I had the right to live if my baby couldn't.
Oh, God, Quentin loves her so much.
Wait, stop! The device is about to go off any second.
He's not gonna let all these people die, Thea.
You hit him behind.
Look, I know you think you're something to prove.
I can't do this unless I know you're safe.
And you better haul ass out of here, too.
Okay, now go save those people, Roy. No more longing looks. Where's the urgency? Oh, ooh. Oh, Shadow did that move.
Your mother and sister will be joining you in death.
Notice he stabs himself to get Malcolm. And by the way, I think Malcolm survives this.
Thank you for teaching me what I'm fighting for. But my father taught me how.
Yeah, no, Malcolm does survive this. That stab does not kill him.
Oliver Lance did it.
It's over.
If I've learned anything as a successful businessman, it's redundancy.
There's another device.
Oh, look at this.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh my God, when did Joanna get back here? And why? Oh, dude, look at that apartment crumble. Oh.
The damage seems to be contained on the east side.
Oh, there is a rebar in that. And Oliver just has his bike. And Tommy, oh yeah, well, Tommy was at the Merlin Global building.
I figured that you might come back to see in our eyes. Go right behind you.
Oh, dude, such a nice crumble effect, honestly. Yeah, they were putting that one in front of the camera. Yeah, there's a...
He's not safe. You think? Did you kill him? No.
That's true.
Thank you. Tommy, it should have been me.
Pour one out for Tommy. And this shot, too, how it pans up to all the destruction. Oh, what a way to end the season, dude. Fucking, they lost! You cannot tell me they didn't lose that! I love this finale, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick the shit out of it, alright? The plot's getting a 3. It's solid, there's a good premise, but there are a few things that just kinda happen during the episode. Things like there being a second earthquake machine when there was no build-up to it, Felicity having to talk Quentin through the process of disarming the machine when she could have just done it herself, the missile launcher reprogramming after the missile's already fired, Joanna just randomly being there, Oliver suddenly sticking a tracking device in his boot, Thea's really good aim, Malcolm's conveniently timed phone call that I had to edit out of the final cut of this video for copyright reasons. All of this just kind of happens, and the episode doesn't want you to think about it too much, but because the rest of what happens in the episode is really good, not to mention the last couple episodes, there's enough goodwill that those things don't become full-on plot holes. And I really like how Oliver and company don't actually win by the end. There's a significant amount of destruction, a lot of lives are lost, including Tommy, and there is no typical happy ending as you might think there'd be. And I really like that. You're so used to there being a happy ending at the end of superhero stories, but by the end of Arrow's first season, the villain has accomplished the goal they set out to accomplish. And it's not frustrating like Avengers Infinity War, because in that movie we're shown earlier that the sling ring can be used to cut people's hands off. And basically everyone was aware that that movie has no real stakes anyway because everyone's gonna come back in Endgame. Here though, even though the heroes lose, it doesn't feel like we've been betrayed by the writers. It leaves us wanting more in Season 2, and that's a good thing. That's what a season finale should do if there is going to be another season. The one thing I'm confused on is whether or not Oliver actually killed Malcolm. We know Malcolm somehow survived that arrow to the chest, but it certainly looks like Oliver killed him, and I only know he survives because I have knowledge of there being more seasons. Not to mention that Malcolm's totally a person Oliver would kill at this point. So either Oliver lied to Tommy to protect him, or he really didn't kill Malcolm. I actually do wonder how Malcolm just walked away from that. He didn't die because he didn't have the Lazarus Pit bloodlust, at least not that we see. It definitely could have happened in between seasons because the next time we see him is like the last 2 episodes of Season 2. Then again, maybe the bloodlust is something they just retconned into existence in Season 4, I don't know. Characterization's a definite 5, whether it be Oliver, Malcolm, Tommy, Quentin, Dig, Moira, Roy. Every single character was written perfectly here. I can't give the visuals a 5, but I do think I can give them a 4. When you look at the episode under a microscope, yeah, some of the CG isn't really up to snuff, but you really don't care in the moment. And when you see shots like Quentin having to hold Laurel back and her genuinely crying and screaming, you can tell moments like those were what the crew was really caring about. The set design was all really good in this episode as well, though I do think Malcolm's office got a makeover since Dead to Rights that I didn't notice until now. I do have to dock points for the episode's fight scenes, though. They weren't necessarily bad, they were just fine. And there were a lot of cuts in them that I found distracting. I did notice Malcolm only killed 2 of the ESU agents during this scene, though. The shot of Malcolm killing the 3rd guy, the one whose gun Tommy steals, is just nowhere to be found. Fire your editor. Importance is an obvious 5, it does more than just get that season finale pass. It also directly sets up a lot of the early conflicts of Season 2. Things like Oliver questioning his morals, Moira's incarceration, Quentin's suspension, that shit doesn't just get wiped under the rug in between seasons. And considering the huge smile I had on my face during the episode's entire run, I hope it's pretty obvious what my entertainment score is. I did count a full 6 uses of the word sacrifice during this episode alone, though, and I might have even noticed more during editing. Eat your heart out, Flash writers. That gives Sacrifice a score of 22 out of 25. Not a perfect score, but still a great one nonetheless. 22 is nothing to scoff at. With this being a season finale, it's time to look at the seasonal charts. The overall plot scores for the season vary wildly from episode to episode. It did appear on the surface that there were more negative scores than positive ones, but personally I found that just made the good episodes even better. With the build-up of the undertaking throughout the season, almost every episode felt like the plot was moving along in some way, be it major or minor. And even despite some of the lower scores like The Huntress Returns and Home Invasion, I still believe the overarching story was peak Arrow. I do remember the flashbacks getting a lot more attention than they actually got, though. Apart from anything that had to do with the Huntress and the downfall of Oliver and Tommy's friendship beginning with something so small, the characterization of the season was incredible. Oliver proved to be a very interesting and morally complex lead, with Malcolm matching and almost surpassing him in that regard. And characters like Slade, Roy, and Diggs certainly helped that as well, alongside Thea's arc. It wasn't just the major characters either, as some one-off characters like Ted Gaynor, Derek Reston, and Joseph Falk got enough attention to make a real impression on the audience. Let's just say there's a reason a third of this season has a perfect score in this category. The visuals are the most consistent category thus far. While there was clearly a lot of focus put into the characters and the undertaking plot, it's evident that the visuals weren't necessarily the priority. However, I'd still argue there isn't a single episode in the season that looks downright terrible, just consistently okay. And once James Bamford gets really comfortable with all the pieces he's working with, you can bet that the visual score is gonna go way up. Surprising even me, Importance got the highest score of the season, but in retrospect, that makes a lot of sense. The episodes leading to the mid-season finale had a lot to set up, the ending had a lot going on, and even some of the episodes sprinkled in the middle contribute to the season greatly in one way or another. What's really impressive about this score, however, is the sheer number of 5s in this category for a 23-episode season. 13 5s in Importance is going to be a higher number of 5s than some of the later 13-episode seasons, I reckon. We round out a consistently entertaining season with a score that really only dips at a few points. There were obviously a few episodes that stood out, but the season handily held my attention from beginning to end. The only episode I outright hated was The Huntress Returns, but that sore spot can be more than overlooked considering how the rest of the season went. In total, Arrow's first season was a positive experience to look back on. Not flawless, but certainly pretty great. Out of the graphs, the total scores most line up with entertainment, although plot isn't very far off either. To me, that just goes to show that this season was nothing if not consistent. Oliver killed 53 people this season, either directly or indirectly, and for a variety of reasons. I guess my argument that Oliver isn't a killer doesn't really hold water when you really total up that number. But hey, that's the reason I'm keeping track of it. Oliver's catchphrase was said 15 times during the season, and I still think it's one of the most iconic superhero catchphrases of all time. There were 6 instances of Oliver revealing his identity to someone intentionally during the season, though you could decrease that number by 1 if you didn't want to count Derek Reston. Trust me, this number will skyrocket fairly quickly. The Salmon Ladder was done 3 times, Big Belly Burger showed up on 15 different occasions, and I could find only a single instance of the number 52. I had a lot of fun on this rewatch, but Warner Brothers really wanted to sodomize me more and more as the season went on, going so far as to completely tank the performance of the penultimate video for this season. I'm going to be transitioning to a quick take format for some of Season 2's less important episodes, with the more important or just straight up better ones receiving full breakdowns. Hopefully this will both help with some of my copyright troubles, as well as allow me to get these episodes out quicker. I like the editing process, but my God, does it take a long time. But anyway, that is it for this episode in this season, guys. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already so that you can join us as soon as freaking possible. And while I'm plugging everything else, be sure to click the bell so that you get notified whenever we upload one of these crappy videos. But apart from that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys. This is Demigod Shmurda. Edge!